The Trench Elite is a program that's unlike anything else in the country. It's a program that we give these middle school and high school athletes a true professional and NFL experience. Speed training, their position-specific work, combine-specific training, weight training, building up their nutrition, as well as their supplementation protocol. And then on top of that, we cover all their rehab and recovery that's designed to keep their bodies performing at a high level and keep them healthy throughout the entire course of the season and the off-season. The Trench Elite is a program for the most dedicated athletes out there that are willing to do whatever it takes to get their game to the next level. Whether it's starting on varsity, whether it's getting to the point where you're getting all conference accolades, or whether it's trying to truly take your game to the next level in college. The reason why I created the Trench program was because for years, I spent time working with elite college athletes and elite professional athletes. Then we begin to see, why are these athletes getting so good so quickly? Why in the world are they developing so fast? And a lot of it had to do with the elite coaching and resources that they have around them all the time. The goal here with Trench and what we've accomplished is giving the same exact resources that you would get if you were a pro athlete to a young athlete as early as the age of 9 and 10 years old. When you're playing with your team, whether that's middle school or high school, it's focused so much on what the team needs to do to win, which is great. But a lot of times, you don't get that one-on-one technique, that one-on-one coaching, that one-on-one development that you might need. We want to give your high school coach a better athlete to work with. One of the biggest things that we emphasize here in the Trench is our mission statement, which is instilling the ideas of discipline and dedication that lead to success in all aspects of life. We want these kids to be focused, we want them to be dedicated, we want them to be mentally mature, and we challenge them each and every day to do things the right way, building that discipline and that dedication in everything we do. The Trench membership is not something that you can just come in here and buy. A Trench membership is something that actually has to be earned, and it's earned through our Rampup process. Our Trench Rampup program is designed to teach you before we coach you. Before you even go into the small group environment, we all start out in the Trench Rampup protocol. The Trench Rampup protocol is one-on-one with a coach, and once you graduate from Rampup, then you're allowed to go into the Trench Elite. The biggest emphasis is on form, technique, and execution. For an athlete, proper form and proper technique in the weight room directly translates to the skill set that you're gonna need on the field each and every day. At the Trench, we've been doing this for a long time, and we know and we understand that these athletes are extremely busy outside of this program, which is one of the reasons why we've built our schedule to work completely around their schedule. We offer over 36 different times a week, and we run off of a 3-day-a-week protocol. So out of those 36 different times, we just need to make sure that we're getting them 3 times a week. 45 minutes on the field, 45 minutes in the weight room, and every single day is gonna have a different emphasis. Here at the Trench, we focus on every single aspect that the athlete needs to better themselves in the sport of football, from their weight training, their speed training, agility work, combine work, rehab and recovery, and what separates us from everyone else is our position-specific workouts and position-specific training. Wide receivers, tight ends, defensive linemen, offensive linemen, DBs, even long snappers. We have a position coach for you, and every single thing we do will be built around making you better at that position. We do private training, we do small group training, all designed around that position-specific protocol to not only get these kids better physically at their technique and fundamentals, but understand the game differently mentally. The same coaches here that work each and every day with all of our NFL athletes and our college athletes are also the same coaches that could be working with your 9-year-old or your 10-year-old. We have our Young Dog program that starts these kids out age of early as 8 years old. Then they build up through the 12-year-old age, and then they graduate into the Trench Elite. We have so many of our kids that come out of that Young Dog program, and they end up going into 7th and 8th grade, and they're so much further ahead than most of their peers because of the knowledge that they have, the mental and physical maturity that they build, and that dedicated Trench focus that teaches them to be truly coachable every single day. We take an intellectual approach to everything we do here at Trench, and we're extremely detail-oriented. We tell our players all the time that we're never gonna allow ourselves to get away with a bad rep. We don't do things until we get it right. We do things and drill things until we don't know how to do it wrong. That program, that process has created just the last 6 years, over 180 Division I scholarships, as well as over 90 NFL draft picks. Between myself and the rest of our staff, we have over 40 years of professional football experience. It's demanding, but at the same time, we guarantee the results. Because at the end of the day, the athletes that come here and want to train in the Trench are the athletes that are willing to do what no one else is willing to do. If that's you, we want to get you in here, we want to get you a part of these resources, and we want you to train the Trench.